If you want to learn how to walk into a room and turn heads and command respect without saying a single word, because you radiate confidence and charisma, this video is for you. And this video is for my inner child who wished that she had an older sister to help guide her and teach her how to be confident and charismatic and magnetic and radiant. So this is for all my girls who, like me, didn't have that older sister or mom or role model that we wish that we had. Confidence, charisma comes from you unapologetically knowing who you are and not giving a flying what anybody else thinks about you, how you act, how you dress. Not giving a flying, and you walk into a room with so much light and positivity and joy, and it just radiates and oozes from your skin. Confidence is not a woman who walks into a room and thinks she's better than everybody else, has her nose in the air, who looks down on other people, who is rude, no, that is not real confidence. That is just ego. Real confidence is rooted in your unconditional, unwavering self-love and self-respect. And when you have that unwavering self-love and self-respect, again, you don't care what other people have to say about you, what they think about you. You are so in your own world and you are so tuned into what makes you happy and what makes you feel good and what brings you joy that you are not thinking at all about what anybody else in the room is thinking about you. So when we think about somebody who is self-conscious or who lacks that self-confidence, who lacks charisma, who lacks magnetism, the reason why they are that way is because they are thinking about what other people are thinking of them. They are asking themselves, how is this person thinking about how I dress, how I speak, how I walk, how I act, etc.? So if you want to be a truly charismatic, confident woman, you have to become internally guided. Internally guided, which means you have to start doing things and acting in ways and making decisions based on what feels good and right for you. And in our society where we are so programmed to follow rules, since we started going to school, we're taught to follow rules, whether it's from our teachers or our parents or our grandparents. We are taught to follow rules. We're taught to be logical. We are taught to follow program that for 99% of us causes us to betray our authentic selves. And somebody who is truly confident and charismatic is somebody who has finally deprogrammed themselves to stop following what society and what other people tell them is right or good. And instead, they are internally guided by their soul, by their heart, by their intuition, by their gut. And when you are internally guided, you ask yourself, what do I like? What makes me feel good? What makes me light up? And so when you walk into a room, instead of thinking about how you should act, how you should walk, how you should appear, what other people are thinking of you, which is again being in the program, following what other people are telling you you should do or is right for you. Instead, you are feeling what feels right for you. When you walk into a room, you are feeling what what does my intuition tell who does my intuition tell me to go talk to? What does my intuition, what does my gut feeling tell me that it wants to do? So for example, for me, I go to dance class every week. And you can tell when a woman who is not confident walks in because she's scanning the room, she's looking around, she's looking anxious and nervous because she's thinking, what are all these women thinking about me? Are they judging me? Do I look weird? How does my outfit look? For me, when I walk into the room, I think, what do I feel like doing? Do I feel like talking to somebody? No. If I don't feel like talking to somebody, I'm not going to go around the room and be polite and say hi to everybody I know just because that's the right thing to do. Again, that's me following external rules rather than being internally guided. So when I walk into that room, maybe I'm tired, maybe I had a long day, and I'm thinking, I just want to put my stuff away. I want to go in the corner. I want to be by myself, and I want to follow the warm up and do the dance. That's me being internally guided and not giving a crap about what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to act. If I have energy that day and I want to go talk to my friends and the people I know, I will go up to them and say, "Hey, how are you doing?" I'll make conversation because that's what feels good for me that day. But to truly be a confident woman, you have to be internally guided, which means getting out of your head and getting into your body. And if you are like me and you lived in your head 24/7 and you are constantly thinking about what's right and you're constantly listening to other people's advice of what you should do, how you should live your life. I am an entrepreneur, social media creator. So if you're constantly thinking, okay, well, this person said I should do this for my business and this is right, and you're always looking for that external feedback, it's going to take practice and it's going to take time for you to start being internally guided. And for me, what that looks like and how I started practicing getting out of my head and into my body is I have a ritual every day where as soon as I wake up, I turn on the song I Like to Move It from Madagascar. Love that song. And I dance like there is no tomorrow. Even if I don't feel like it, which most mornings I don't, I turn on the song and I shake my body and dance so dramatically. And the reason why I do that is because I immediately program myself to wake up and get out of my head first thing in the morning and get into my body. Because when you're dancing, you do not give yourself room to overthink or to be in your head. You're immediately getting into your body and tuning into your body. And learning how to be internally guided is you getting out of your head and getting into your body and reconnecting with what your body feels like. And so many of us women are so disconnected from our bodies because we are living in our heads 24/7 that we don't even know if we have pain. We don't know how our body feels. We have no idea what it feels like to be in tune with our intuition and with our gut and with our bodies because we are in our head 24/7. So waking up and having a ritual where you get into your body first thing in the morning. It could be doing breath work meditation and focusing on your breath. It could be doing yoga or stretching, or you could do what I do and turn on I Like to Move It and shake your butt like there's no tomorrow. That's my favorite because it just puts you in a great mood for the rest of the day. But programming yourself and starting to practice having moments of the day where normally you're in your head and you're overthinking, getting out of your head and getting into your body, the more you start having these little moments during the day where you practice, I'm going to get out of my head and into my body by moving my body. And that is going to help you reconnect with how you feel. And so the more you reconnect with how you feel and how in tune you are with your body, the more you get out of your head. And ultimately, when it boils down to it, a truly confident person is just somebody who is not in their head. It is just somebody who is so connected with their body, who is so connected with their joy and what lights them up and what they want, and so disconnected from what other people think about them, what rules they should or shouldn't be following, what society tells them they should or shouldn't do. A truly confident person is so disconnected from the external world in the best way possible because they are internally guided. It is not that they are unaware of external rules, but they don't pay attention to them. They ignore them because they know that those external rules don't apply to them. They're there to control us. They're there to keep us all in line like little sheep. And if you want to truly be a confident person, and I'm going to tell you this again, confidence is not the same thing as being egotistical. And so many people mistake egotistical people for being confident. But as soon as you tell them something that bruises their ego, you are going to see their so called confidence crumble into a million tiny, sad little pieces because it's not true confidence. True confidence is unshakable. Again, it's somebody who's so internally guided and so assured by their own inner knowing and that their own inner guidance that there's absolutely nothing that nobody could say or do to them that can shake that confidence because they're so rooted in who they are. So if you meet somebody who knows in the air and thinks they're better than other people and has a very cold energy to them, they're not open. They're just, it's a word. They are, they just have their nose stuck up in the air. That is not a truly confident person. It's not. That is a fragile ego who is using comparison to say, I'm better than you because X, Y, and Z. No, a truly confident person doesn't even think about other people. It's just like, this is who I am. I love who I am. This is what makes me feel good. I, I didn't even think about you. I didn't even, I wasn't even thinking about you. I didn't even know you were there. So internally guided by their own joy, what brings them happiness, what they love. So if you want that confidence for yourself, you have to learn how to get out of your head. Stop listening to other people's rules. Stop seeking guidance and advice from other people who don't know you, who will never fully know you, who will never walk a day in your shoes in your life. And start tuning into your own intuition. And you do this by having small practices throughout the day where you purposefully get out of your head and get into your body. And ideally, the more moments you can have like these throughout your day, the more you're going to be internally guided. But start noticing when you are listening to other people's rules. Is there, like for me, there are two people, two close family members who love to give me their very judgmental opinions. And growing up, I've realized that so many of the decisions that I have made have been guided by that voice inside my head where I'm always thinking, oh, well, what is this person going to say? What is this person going to think? What do they think I should do? I am not them. And when I had to realize I am not them, I'll never be them. We are different people. Their advice does not feel good for me. Why am I listening to this? Because I'm scared of their disapproval. So I've really had to tune out caring what, especially these two close family members, caring what they think. I've had to stop caring about their approval. I have actually had to embrace their disapproval because for me to be authentically and confidently and magnetically myself, I am going to get their disapproval because much of who I am and what I want to do and who I want to be goes against things that they have told me that they agree with. And subconsciously, I knew that. And that was terrifying getting their disapproval. And so I would betray my authentic self and what felt right for me and my body and my intuition because I wanted their approval. Rejection is scary and it's painful, especially when you like to connect with other people and get along with other people like I do. You crave that approval and you crave being able to see eye to eye with other people. But at the end of the day, if it's causing you to betray yourself and betray your authentic self and go against what actually brings you joy at the end of the day, you have to let go of their approval. And it's going to be painful and it's going to be uncomfortable, but I am here with you and I'm doing this work with you every day. I am going through the pain and the tears and the heartbreak just like you are. And so if you need words of comfort, just know that you are not alone on this journey of not giving a flying F what anyone thinks, even if it's your mom or your dad or your sister or the person that, or your best friend or the person that is so close to you that you are so scared to lose. What is worse is losing yourself, which is exactly what you've been doing if you have been prioritizing other people's opinions over yourself. So if you want to be that confident, magnetic woman, if you truly want to exude that radiance where you walk into a room and you turn heads, you actually cannot care about turning heads. Funny enough, you cannot care what other people think of you anymore. And it's not about you being better than other people or other people being below you. It's about you being so guided by your joy and what lights you up that you follow your own inner guidance and you do what feels right for you, even if it's what society says is rude or bad or selfish. No, those are all words used to control you. I refuse to subscribe to the notion of selfish or conceited or narcissistic, especially if you're watching this. I of course I do believe there are narcissists out there, but I'm going to tell you for me and for 99% of people pleasing women, no, we are such people pleasers and we care way too much about what other people think of us. And we are so willing to abandon ourselves that honestly, we need not narcissism, but we need to be selfish because we are so on the opposite side of the spectrum. You need more selfishness in your life. I needed more selfishness in my life. And the moment that I embraced that fact and I said, you know what, being selfish, it's a good thing. I need it. Who's going to take care of me? Okay. No, but I'm the only person that's going to do it. Once I finally accepted that notion, my mental health and my physical health and my life in general has never been better. It has never been better. I have never been happier. And the same goes for you. If you're someone who is constantly betrayed herself, maybe you didn't even know it, but you're always worried about breaking the rules. You're always worried about getting in trouble. You're always worried about what other people are going to say or think about you. You're worried about your reputation. We got to cut all that out. Screw your reputation. Screw what other people think about you. What do you think about you? What makes you feel good? What lights you up? That's the only thing that matters from here on out. And funny enough, when you start following your joy and you start being selfish and you start prioritizing yourself over other people, you are going to be the most joyful and positive person that people are actually going to love being around you, and they won't even want anything from you. They'll just be like, just keep doing you because I love the positivity and the joy that you radiate. I don't even need anything from you. I'm going to tell you right now, people love to be around me because I am so selfish and I focus on my own positivity and my own joy so much that people don't even want anything from me. They just want to be around my energy because I'm constantly taking care of myself. So I'm always happy. And so they like to be around happy people. And that positive energy is so much better than any act or gift that you could give somebody. Just you being your joyful, positive self is the best gift you could give somebody, but you can only be your joyful, positive self when you are selfish and you take care of yourself first and you stop putting everyone else's needs before your own. Before your own. I I when I walk into a room, people feel the confidence. It's a compliment and a comment that I have gotten over and over again. And this is very new to me, but again, it was only when I stopped giving a rat's ass about what anyone else thought of me. I I realized I cannot care anymore if I want my dream life. And I'm so over feeling like I'm constantly giving of myself, people aren't thankful, I'm being used. No, I don't deal with any of that anymore because you know what? I take care of me. And if you need help and I feel inspired to help you, I will. But if I don't have the energy or I don't feel inspired to, or I don't have the I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to feel guilty over it. And neither should you. You have permission to release the guilt. You have permission to stop caring what literally anybody and everybody thinks. And you have permission to follow your joy and start getting out of your head. Stop following societal rules and start tuning into what truly, what life feels best for you. What lights you up? What brings you joy? I genuinely believe that if more people follow their joy and stop caring what other people think, the insane amount of depression and anxiety that we deal with today would be almost non-existent. But because everybody is trying to follow what everybody else thinks is right for them, we're all just suffering. So this is your time to reclaim your power, to reclaim your confidence, and to allow yourself to be judged by other people, to be called selfish, to be called rude, to be called whatever they're going to call you. It's not your problem. You don't care because you are so out of tune with what other people talk or say about you. And you're so in tune with you and taking care of yourself and nourishing your own heart and soul. And you have permission to do that.